young stars, their young prospects, maybe a better way to put it, on display in this one. As 3 from Nazar, 1 from Donato helped Chicago to a 4-1 win in St. Paul.
Yeah, again, the good news is these games don't count. The bad news is the Wild have dropped 3 straight in the preseason, 2 of them to open up this 3-game preseason homestand. Tonight they fall 4-1 to the Chicago Blackhawks. Downstairs in the Bob Kurtz Radio Center, I'm Kevin Falness. Upstairs in the Al Shaver press box, Tom Reid saw the Wild fall once again in front of their home fans. Tom, is it easy enough to just throw this away and not think much about it, or are there learning experiences in these 3 consecutive losses?
Well, Kevin, whether you win or lose, there's always experiences you're going to gather some information from, and hopefully that'll be the case here. But I wouldn't put a lot of stock into a game like this, other than the players who want to be in the NHL when the season starts. Did they play well enough to show their wares what they can do with their general manager watching on here? So we'll wait and see on that one. But at the same time, this wasn't a bad hockey game, but Minnesota, there's a lot to be gathered from this one, and hopefully they'll find their way to get back in that winning track again with a couple more games to go. One
of those young guys, again, we talked about him in the intermission, Hunter Haight, got on the board, and he's a guy that seems to have a nose for the net. Do you think, in your mind, has he done enough to impress the Wild Brass to potentially be here when we drop the puck on the regular season?
I think he has impressed them, to be honest with you. And, you only get better by playing against better players. So we've always said that. But when you look at a guy like him, he may get the opportunity to do just that. They'll have to weigh in who's healthy, who's not healthy, who do they think has a chance to show what they can do at this level. I think of all the guys in there, Haight would be one of those guys. Certainly would have the opportunity to get an opportunity to show what he can do for the coaching staff and for the general manager. But I was impressed with how he played tonight.
Did anyone else stand out to you? I mean, there's a lot of guys on that blue line trying to make an impression. Other young guys up front, including Urov. Did anyone else jump off the page to you?
Urashek, I like him. I just like him back in the blue line. He's a big, heavy body. He's only 21 years of age, too, and I say that because there's a lot to learn going through it, and that's what you want. That's what you're looking for. You want your players to show that they have that desire to be at the NHL. You have to work hard, and it is not always easy. Some of the guys I didn't notice as much tonight. Obviously, looking at a guy like Foligno, he's a physical type guy who likes to play physical. We didn't see a lot of that in this hockey game tonight, but I think once the puck drops to the regular season, you'll see a lot more of it.
We also got to see the preseason debut for Philip Gustafsson, without a doubt the number 1 goaltender in this Wild organization going into the regular season, no matter what happens in the preseason. Tonight he comes away with 17 saves, including 6 in the final frame. What'd you think of the debut of the Gus Bus?
I thought he was fine. You know what you're going to get with Gus also. He had a good year last year, but you can't live on that. You have to come right back and make sure some things are going to happen, and hopefully that will be the case. But hopefully Gus can step up here and make it work for him and for the team.
Feels like the final 2 preseason games, especially come Tuesday against the Jets, is going to be pretty close to a full lineup. Of the guys that are healthy and available, you'd have to assume they're probably going to dot the lineup, if not both games, especially Tuesday in the preseason home finale. What are you expecting Tuesday in the rematch with the Winnipeg Jets?
I think you'll see more of our team that's going to come together for the drop of the puck come the regular season. I think we're going to put them back together and make sure the chemistry is going to be there, working together and making some good things happen. But it's not going to be an easy task, that every team's going to try and do the same thing.
Thomas, thank you very much. We'll talk to you Tuesday.
Thank you.
That is Tom Reid from the Al Shaver press box, following a 4-1 loss to the Chicago Blackhawks. We'll take a break. We're going to get you John Hines' post-game comments, maybe some reaction inside that Wild locker room as well. Wild fall to 1-2-1 today with a 4-1 loss to the Blackhawks in preseason game number 4. You're listening to Wild Hockey, presented by Grand Casino.